You are driving. The car in front of you brakes too late. You hit your horn. Your jaw tightens. Your hands grip harder. Your vision narrows. Right onto that one car. You feel heat in your face before you have time to think. That was not a choice. That took 90 milliseconds. 90 milliseconds is faster than it takes you to consciously register what you saw. Your body was already in a fight before your brain finished deciding whether there was one. You did not snap because you have a bad temper. You did not snap because you are broken. You snapped because you are carrying a weapon that was built 300,000 years ago. And nobody took it away when the world changed. Here is what that weapon is. Here is why you cannot simply switch it off. And here is the one thing about it that nobody tells you. That in the right situation, absolutely anyone will use it. Grandmothers, monks, surgeons, anyone. There is a structure inside your brain called the amygdala. It is the size of an almond. It has been there, doing roughly the same job for over 200 million years. Long before you were human. Long before your ancestors were mammals at all. Its job is to scan. Every second, awake or asleep, it is reading your environment for one thing. Threat. Not danger. Threat. The difference matters. Danger is real. Threat is perceived. And the amygdala does not wait to find out which one you are dealing with. Neuroscientist R. Douglas Fields spent years mapping the circuits behind sudden rage. What he found was not one circuit. It was 9 separate triggers, each one inherited from an ancient environment where hesitation cost lives. He called them LIFEMORTS. Life and limb, insult, family, environment, mate, order, resources, tribe, stopping. 9 triggers, and at least one of them fires in almost every argument you have ever had. The car that cut you off in traffic. That was environment. An ancient reflex that says your territorial boundary was violated. The colleague who takes credit for your work. That is insult. The same mechanism that once determined your rank in a group of 50 people fighting over the same food. The stranger who cuts in line. That is order. A signal that the rules keeping your group alive are breaking down. Your brain does not know that it is a parking lot. Your brain thinks it is a savanna. Here is what happens inside you when the trigger fires. The amygdala sends an alarm. Instantaneous. The hypothalamus releases a chemical cascade. Cortisol, adrenaline, noradrenaline. Your heart rate jumps. Blood moves away from your digestive system and into your muscles. Your vision narrows. Your hearing sharpens to mid-range frequencies. The frequencies of voices, of movement, of things close to you. You become, in that moment, exactly what your ancestors needed you to be. A fighter prepared for immediate physical confrontation. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that calculates consequences, considers other people's feelings, remembers that you are at a school pickup and not defending a food cache. That part comes online slower, much slower. Researchers at Columbia University found that watching threatening stimuli caused the right prefrontal cortex to go quiet. The brake releases before the rational brain can hit it. This is not a flaw. This was the entire point. An ancient human who paused to think before reacting to a sudden threat was a dead ancient human. The ones who survived were the ones whose bodies moved first. You are descended from those people. Every single one of your ancestors, going back 300,000 years, had this system fire fast enough for them to survive. That is your inheritance. But here is the number that stops people. Researchers who studied pre-agricultural hunter-gatherer societies found that lethal violence rates were significantly higher than they are today. Some estimates place them at more than 13 times higher than the modern rate. 1 in 4 adult men in some groups died by violence. Not accidents. Not animals. Other humans. Your brain was built in that world. It is running in this one. 1966. A man named Charles Whitman climbed a tower at the University of Texas with a rifle and shot 46 people. 14 died. Before he did it, he wrote a letter. The letter said he did not understand why he felt such overwhelming rage. He asked for his brain to be examined after his death. They found a tumor pressing on his amygdala. Now. The experts who examined him could not confirm that the tumor caused the shooting. Plenty of people have amygdala damage and never hurt anyone. But the case introduced a question that neuroscience has been circling ever since. How much of what we call moral failure is actually a circuit misfiring? Geneticists added another layer. There is a gene variant, a low-activity version of an enzyme called MAOA, that affects how the brain processes dopamine and serotonin. Men who carry this variant show hyperactivation in the amygdala and in the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the region that detects conflict, when exposed to provocation. In studies, they reported working harder to control their anger, not less. Approximately 33% of the male population carries this variant. Not a broken minority, 1 in 3. And the most uncomfortable finding of all came from anthropologists who spent years living with exceptionally violent hunter-gatherer groups. They found that men who committed acts of homicide had more surviving children. Not fewer, more. The genome that makes you more likely to snap under threat was, for most of human history, a reproductive advantage. It is still there. It was not bred out. Because for 99% of the time humans have existed, it was not a problem. It was the solution. The next time your jaw tightens, the next time something small sends heat into your face before you can stop it, that is not a character flaw. That is 300,000 years of engineering, doing exactly what it was built to do. The world changed. The wiring did not. And that is the thing nobody tells you about the moments you are most ashamed of. You were not weak. You were, for 90 milliseconds, precisely who your ancestors needed you to be.